Hello and welcome to this lower back release practice. My name is Doris. Welcome to the channel if you're new, and I'll be guiding you through this practice today. The focus of this practice is, as you can imagine, the lower back. It's great if you have any discomfort or pain in the lower back, which a lot of us do. It's great if you have a bit of lower energy because we'll be quite close to the ground. It's great for menstrual pain, period pain, or just to practice a little bit of yoga. So whatever the reason you came here, I'm sure you'll feel better after the practice. You won't be needing any props. And then whenever you're ready, I'll meet you on the mat. So we are going to start practice lying down, and we'll be only lying on one side of the mat. So just choose wherever you would like to be, because we'll just work with flipping backwards and forwards. So gently rolling down all the way, maybe hugging the knees into the chest, giving yourself a little hug. That's already a great start into lower back release. Maybe swaying left and right, drawing the chin ever so slightly towards the chest. Maybe exhaling through the mouth, yawning. Can all be great practices to just release tension in general. And then bringing one hand on each knee, so right hand, right knee, left hand, left knee, and then drawing circles with both knees together. And so a little massage for the lower back. And then we change direction. And hugging the knees back into the chest as you draw circles the opposite way. So it's like drawing a infinity sign or a figure eight shape with your knees. Then change direction. Just enjoying this practice. And then really holding on to your knees now as you hug them into the chest. All the weight is in the arms and the hands. And then as you start to extend your arms and just allow the feet to hover above the ground. Slowly releasing the feet down so that they touch the ground. Left foot is on the mat as we hug the right knee into the chest. Moving the knee left and right as if you were to apply a little bit of oil into your hip joint, I always like to say. And back to center, interlacing the hands behind the right thigh as you extend the right leg up. Pointing, flexing the right foot and really grounding the lower back down. So often we reach a little too high and lift the lower back. So really grounding down as you at the same time reach your leg up. Might be very generously bent. Why shouldn't it be? And then just keeping your leg flexed. Perhaps you'd like to move the hands a little higher than the knee or lower than the knee towards the shin. And then bending the right knee again, right hand to the right knee, left hand to the sole of the right foot. So you pull the right shin towards you and in this little cradling motion, swaying left and right. This can be great for sciatic pain or just back pain in general, which is usually to do with the hips. So this is why hip openers and hip focus practice is something that we'll be seeing a lot today. And then placing the right foot back to the mat. Perhaps just feeling into both sides of the body. Maybe you can feel a little difference in left and right leg. as we then hug the left knee into the chest, and then oil that joint as well. So just sway left and right, move it to the side. Back to center, hands behind the left thigh as you extend it to the sky, pointing, flexing the foot, grounding that lower back down. Keeping the foot flexed, then perhaps bringing the hands more towards the foot, while still maintaining the connection with our lower back. Then bending the left leg, right hand to the left foot, left hand to the left knee as we cradle that little baby. That is our leg, our left leg in this case. Pulling the shin towards you. And as you continue breathing mindfully. Then very mindfully releasing the left leg down and just feeling into both legs, perhaps walking the feet a bit further out, allowing the knees to drop towards one another. Hands can rest aside you, maybe they'd like to be on the belly. And then we start to extend one leg at a time, just reaching one arm up towards the sky, doesn't matter which one, and then we just start to roll over one side so that we come to land the belly, just shifting our way back onto the mat. You can make a little pillow with your hands for the forehead. Elbows can be wide, and maybe you'd like to shift your pelvis side to side. From here, we're going to find Sphinx pose. So coming up onto your forearms, spreading the fingers wide, lifting the gaze. Glutes are active, that helps protect the lower back. You can always walk the hands further away if this is too high here in your Sphinx. Drawing the elbows in towards the chest. Not dropping the head too much. More keeping it in line with the spine, so likely the gaze is towards the mat. Maybe you can feel the body move slightly as you inhale into the belly, the lower back lifts, and exhale sinks back down. Just 2 more rounds of breath here. And bringing the elbows to the side as we sink back down, perhaps shifting the pelvis side to side. And then as you're lying on your belly, moving the right leg to the side, the toes face away from you, right knee at hip level, and there's roughly a 90-degree angle in your right knee. So we're coming into half frog. This might already be enough for you, then you're more than welcome to stay here, or perhaps you want to prop up onto the forearms again, like this half Sphinx, half frog mythical creature that we're creating. You can always walk the arms further away to make it not as an intense of a back bend. Three, 4 breaths here in half frog or frog sphinx, sphinx frog. And then slowly right knee back to meet the left. And then if you're in Sphinx, sinking down towards the ground again. As we then move the left leg out to the side, again at knee at hip level, toes face away from you. And our hips tend to be asymmetrical, so perhaps you'd like to stay here. or you'd like to come up into Sphinx, but it doesn't have to be the same thing you did on your other side. So for me, my left hip is the one that is a bit tighter, so I definitely feel the difference. So I'm just going to walk my hands a little further away. Gifting yourself 2 or 3 rounds of breath in with whatever beautiful pose you've chosen for yourself. First, bringing the left leg back in as you perhaps lower down. It can be really nice to either shift the pelvis or lift the feet, bend the knees, and windshield wiper the legs from side to side. And then bringing the feet back down to the mat, hands underneath your shoulders. As you push yourself back up, walking the feet together, the knees a little wider, to find a child's pose of your choice, one that feels really good in the back. So if your knees are further apart, that allows the belly to sink more to the ground. And if you have the knees close together, that usually means that we stretch the back a bit more. So it just depends what feels right for you. If your forehead is on the ground, maybe you'd like to rotate it left and right to massage your face, maybe even the temples a little bit. Breathing in and breathing out again. Reaching the arms forward if they aren't there already to unravel, return into tabletop, walking the knees underneath the hips, keeping the hips where they are as you start to walk the hands towards the front of the mat, sinking into a puppy pose. Maybe the forehead comes to the ground, maybe the forearms are on the ground. Thinking of the back as a hammock that can just sink and relax here. Pressing the hands into the ground as you unravel the spine and allow the belly to sink towards the ground for seal. Or you could walk the hands a bit further away from one another, so more to the corners of the mat, or just bring the forearms down, whichever feels better to you. Glutes are active. Then we bend the elbows to come all the way down. Maybe just a pillow for the forehead with the hands. And then extending one arm out in front so you can once again very elegantly find your way back onto the back. Back to back. Just noticing how the back feels as it's lying here. And then we extend the left leg out long, right arm to the side, shoulder height, palms face up, left hand meets the right knee, bring the right shin parallel to the ground, inhale here, and exhale, twist the right leg to the left, maybe the inner part of the foot comes to the ground. We try and ground the shoulder here. The right shoulder, that is. Allowing the leg to be heavy. And a final inhale. Final exhale. Slowly rotating that right leg back. Releasing the hand, foot comes to the ground as you extend the right leg Hug the left knee in, right hand to the left foot, left arm extends, left chin parallel, inhale. And exhale, we twist to the right, grounding that left shoulder down, maybe the left foot finds the ground in a way. Inhaling and exhaling. Very mindfully rotating all the way back, stepping both feet onto the mat. And then we're going to go into happy baby, so hugging both knees into the chest. Hands on the inner sides of the thigh, find maybe the ankles, maybe the outer corners of the feet, maybe the big toes with your index and middle finger. And then let's just stay here with the legs down, or the feet down, and really hugging the knees towards the shoulders or the armpits as we ground the lower back down. So just like we did in the beginning, I'd really invite you to feel that connection from the lower back. So sometimes we lift the sit bones a little higher so that the lower back is hovering, which we don't want. So this is already opening your inner thighs, as maybe you notice, or perhaps you feel like, I want to bring the soles of the feet up towards the sky and bend my knees. Then go for it. But this can be quite intense, so stay where you're comfortable. Allow the shoulders to be relaxed, even though the arms are holding something or the hands are holding something. Breathing into the belly. Another breath in and out again. Bending the knees to bring the feet back if you had them raised, and allow the hands to let go of the feet. Maybe knees together, feet apart, or perhaps you'd like to extend your legs for a very short shavasana or final relaxation. And then start to deepen your breath again. Move maybe hands and feet. Perhaps hug the knees into the chest as you rock side to side. Maybe hands behind the knees as you rock up. Find somewhat of a seat. Arms and shoulders relaxed. Soft body, soft face. Maybe bringing the hands together in front of the heart. Taking a breath in. Exhaling chin to chest. Showing gratitude towards our body and mind for the practice that they've allowed us. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed this practice. This is definitely something that I practice on a regular basis whenever I've got low energy, something's going on with my back, when I'm on my period. So I hope that you also find ways to implement it into your life. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you liked it, left a comment, maybe even shared it with a friend or two. And you can find all the other ways to practice with me or find content that I've created in the description box below. If you want to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee to support the work that I do. And without further ado, I wish you a beautiful rest of the day, and I hope that we do meet again. And until then, take care and see you soon.